Good morning, you guys. Welcome, welcome. This is Eric Vaughn, the Family Cash Machine, and I'm here my last few days here in Dominican, and just wanted to talk about briefly my trip here and what I saw and what I experienced here in Dominican Republic. This is the second time I've been here. I'm looking at setting up some business here, possibly corporations here that we can do business in the Family Cash Machine. Now, why are we doing all of this stuff? Why am I traveling around the world and looking at different countries and not the United States? Well, you guys know it or not, the United States is setting up a lot of barriers and borders and boundaries and regulations to keep you guys from making money. Many of you guys don't see it because you work a job every day. But there is a lot of restrictions right now, a lot of restrictions on business in America. This is why Steven Spielberg, this is why Dr. Boyce Watkins, this is why the Dollar Vigilante, this is why David Woods of Empower Network and all these other people have moved to the United States when they start doing big business. Anybody that starts doing big business, and I'm walking through the neighborhood right now, that they are forced, in a sense, to move out of the country. Why? I'm walking through the Zona Colonial area. I rented an Airbnb out here, and it's supposed to be so dangerous out here. I'm like, oh my God, I had a woman call me this last night on Facebook. She didn't call me, she actually texted me. And she was very concerned about me because of all the media and the news that is talking about Dominican being so dangerous for Americans. But I want to say this to you guys. As a black man from America, I got to say this. My chances in Chicago right now of getting shot is probably more a probability than something happened to me here. If you guys haven't been watching the news, and if the news has not been covering this globally, which they don't, I think the murder in Chicago right now is almost up to 4,000. It's not even, the year's not even over yet. It's the murder capital, pretty much in the United States. Black men chances of being shot is 1 out of 4. That's a hell of a statistic. You're talking about 25%. And the statistics in America right now is 1 out of every 21 black men are either on parole. They're on parole or some kind of probation. So the young lady is concerned about me, and whoever you are, I thank you for your concern. But I want to say this. I am a black man who was born in Chicago, the Cabrini Greens, pretty rough there. And then from there, I grew up in Compton. And as a young man, black man growing up in Compton, I'm not supposed to be in Dominican. I'm not supposed to have been a real estate appraiser and made millions of dollars in real estate. I'm not supposed to have traded commodities and traded on the Chicago Mercantile Exchange. And there's a lot of things I'm not supposed to have done. But at the end of the day, I don't allow people to put me in a box. I don't allow stereotypes. I dream what I want to do, and I do it. And that's all thanks to my mother, my beautiful mother, Yvonne, who taught me as a little boy when I was 6 years old. She said, son, you're pretty smart. You could do whatever you want to do in life. You could be whatever you want to be in life. And I believed her. I sure did. So, I'm going to look right to the camera for you guys. So here I am in this country, walking around by myself. It's supposed to be so dangerous. People are very friendly. They speak to me. They're very nice. I don't speak the language. And I'm walking by myself. Usually I have my friend with me. He's from here. He speaks the language. Hola. And so he kind of navigates me. But today, I'm by myself. I'm walking around. I think I got a little lost. But I'll find my way. So we got to come out of this stereotype. So the young lady said, hey, be careful out there. I know what she was referring to because of all the news media saying people getting killed out here and this and that, whatever. So she's referring to that. But like I said, as a black man in America, coming out of America, this is probably more safer for me than being in Chicago or Detroit or Compton, California, or one of those locations right now. It's probably a little safer for me here as a black man. Then she said, well, when I told her that, she said, well, you got to remember that the laws are not that forgiving in those countries. Well, I can say the same thing about America when it comes to black men. The laws have not been too forgiving because it was not yet too far ago when they had the war on drugs, and it pretty much was a war against young black men. And that war basically locked a lot of millions of people up. Actually, hundreds of thousands, over 600,000 of young black men were locked up for nonviolent crimes and were given, astronomical time. And most of the time they were given were not even, there was no murders or anything like that. It was just those guys trying to make some money. And they got 10, 20, 15, 20 years, 30 years. I personally know people who got life sentences for quote-unquote nonviolent crimes like marijuana, drugs, cocaine, or whatever, which I'm not saying that, they shouldn't have probably got some time, but at the same time, it's like, it's supposed to be a free country. If you want to do drugs on your own, then that should be your business. It's a free country. Because the same drugs that they sell on the street, they actually sell them in pharmacies. But again, like I said, if you look up, there's a book called White Law, Black Resistance. And if you read that book, you'll notice from Dr. Francis Berry that there's been a lot of laws throughout our sojourn in America, African Americans, that have been changed based on the activity of African Americans. The laws in America have always been altered to severely punish African Americans. So I told the young lady, I said, hey, the laws in America have not been too forgiving of young black men. But thank you anyway for your concern. I really appreciate your concern, because it's just a sister trying to be concerned about me, and I understand it. But at the same time, I want to make sure you guys understand the mindset. The mindset of most of us is we cannot leave our slave masters. And we got a good slave master. And so that's kind of like the mindset that we have. We don't explore, we don't adventure. And you'll see your people all over the world, and when you start connecting with your people all over the world, you become a threat. Wow. You become a threat because they want you to stay focused in your country. They don't want you to explore. They don't want you to meet any allies that can actually help you or you can actually benefit from. Now, the Family Cash Machine, what we do is we teach generational wealth. And that's a big word. That's a word that has never been explored by African Americans. Not generational wealth. But there's a book out called Our Kind of People. If you read that book, you'll see that there are several African American families from the time of slavery that actually had generational wealth. And the book is called Our Kind of People. So you should watch that, read that book. And there's a lot of people, when I was doing appraisals, and I was going to some of these African American homes, and I was like, wow. I saw that they came from generations of wealth. So this is what gave me the idea to do this venture of the Family Cash Machine. But I didn't want to do some bougie group of people who matriculated for generations from Harvard or Tuskegee or, Morehouse or Spelman. It's not about that. Although these are great schools with great credentials, just because you go to school doesn't mean that you can be successful. It's about knowledge. It's not about college all the time. It's just about knowledge. It's about the right kind of knowledge, the right information. And the right information could put you in a position to create generational wealth. And it's about timing. So, like I said, here I am walking through this very dangerous place, you know. And I'm gonna say something to you guys out there, brothers from the hood. Check this out. Y'all got to get out. You have to get out, visit, look around. Like I said, I was born in the Cabrini Greens. I was born in Chicago. South Side, 64th and Halsted. My mother and father met at Inglewood High, what you guys call Chirac right now. Then I grew up in Compton. Okay, so what I'm saying to you is when I went to Paris, when I'm in Dominican, wherever I go, I see the pimps. I see the gangbangers. I see the thugs. I see the jackers. You know, gang recognize gang. And guess what? They see me too. So, light reflects the light. Okay? Or darkness reflects the darkness. And because I come out the darkness, I recognize the darkness, and the darkness recognizes me. How about that? So, I'm not just out here like a regular old tourist. Oh my God, look, hey, wow. Ooh, doo, 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 doo. No, I got my eyes wide open. My eyes are wide open. I see, they see. And we respect each other. We mutually respect one another. And I'm learning the culture, because whenever you go somewhere, you need to immerse in that culture, respect that culture, learn that culture. But at the same time, like I said, you gotta get out. I'm finding all kind of benefits here for corporations. I'm finding all kind of benefits here, you know, in places like Panama, Colombia, and Peru that I can't do in America. Why? I thought it was the home of the free. I thought America was the home of the free. Well, if it's the home of the free, why can't you do certain business transactions? It's your money. Huh? Why? Why you can't? Why can't you? See, that's the correct English. Why can't you do type business transactions that you desire that may be beneficial to your family? And this is what I'm teaching you guys. I'm teaching you guys how to get out and explore. The American dollar here is 50 to 1. So why not me or you come here and expand or extract the most you can for your dollar? Okay? The place I'm staying in right now is a 3-bedroom house. Beautiful. Marble floors, nice bathrooms, air conditioning, you name it. I think I pay about $20-something a day for that place. And in the United States, I think I wouldn't be able to pay $60 a day for a Roach Motel. So it's all about getting the biggest bang for your buck, no matter where you at. You want to get the biggest bang for your buck. Okay? So, I'm going to the store to get some huevos. And like I said, I did this video because a lot of people were concerned about me coming here for 2 weeks. I was here for 1 week back in May. I stayed 1 week. And I want to give a warning to all the men out there. There's a lot of pretty women out here. I mean, oh my God. God know he made that woman in such a way. There are some really, really, I mean, exotically beautiful women here. But you got to be careful. Because when they know you from America, and they know you got that American dollar, they become a target. A lot of them got boyfriends and their mamas, and they all working together and plotting against you. So just beware of that. Like I said, because I'm an old street dude, I see gang. Gang recognize gang. But there's a lot of alluring, you know, opportunities here as far as women. So just be careful, man. Be careful on that, and you know, don't get caught up out here, because it could be dangerous if you run around, hey, how you doing, baby? It could be very dangerous. So you don't want to keep your eyes open. You want to make sure that some of the same rules that you got in the hood, you keep right here. Not from the hood, and you stay in the resort areas, those areas right now are really dangerous because of the alcohol and, you know, a lot of bad alcohol in some of those areas. I don't know if they were cutting that stuff. I think that's what some of the murders were behind. I don't think people were actually murdering people. I think what it was is there was a lot of just bad stuff, bad chemicals. And I don't think, based here in dealing with these people and talking to these people and mingling with these people, I don't think they actually want any issues, problems with, excuse me, they don't want any issues or problems with Americans. Because, again, we bring the money here. It's the money. Everybody wants money. Who doesn't want money? So we bring the money here. We bring strong dollar. We bring business. And so who would not invite that? So don't believe everything you guys are hearing. Like I said, I did some research on my own. About 3 years ago, there was 30 people that died in Dominican. And now the American news is talking about 17, 18 people in the last 2 years died. Well, like I said, 3 years ago, there was 30 people died here. And nobody said nothing on the news. Why? Why did not the news say something about it? See, this is the kind of stuff you guys got to look into. But I'm going to say this to you guys. There was, I think, 4 people in the Taiwan area from America that got strangled. I mean, and that's straight murder. But guess what? Nobody talked about it. Because America and Taiwan is in cahoots with each other against China. Even though Taiwan is being taken over by China, America is their ally, and they're trying to maintain their sovereignty from China, and so America sees them as an ally. Oh, these are good wigs right here. So here in Dominican, I think that the Dominican government has been entertaining China, and China wants to get a piece of this tourism over here. There's 10 million people in Dominican, 10 million people in Haiti. The island is split in half. The Haitian part is the most poorest part, and eventually I'm gonna go to that part and see what's going on there too. But this side has a little more tourism. There's over 10 million tourists to come here a year. That's crazy. That's the exact amount of people that even lives here. So could you imagine America with 400 million people having 400 million visitors a year? It's not that many people that come to America every year. And it's even less now because of Donald Trump policies against foreigners. And it's kind of ironic because all of his wives are foreigners. And I have my presumptions as to why he does that. It's a business move. We'll talk about that one day. Because he gets a lot of different tax benefits by using these foreigners. It's a game, man. It's a game. It's a cold game. So also I want to say that, you know, this country here is a beautiful place to be. You know, the people do look a little strange when you speak English. I'm learning more Spanish. I'm not that fluent with it, but I'm learning more as I deal with more people. And so, again, I'm moving around the world. I'm not just in Dominican. You guys are going to see me in so many other countries because I'm expanding my business. And I'm not allowing anyone or anything to limit my range. And I'm using my American dollars, which is the strongest dollars in the world, to explore and to extract the most value out of my dollars I can, which is a smart move. It's called leverage in business. That's what I'm doing. I'm leveraging the American power, and they don't want you guys to do that. They don't want you guys doing that. You know, America wants to leverage its power, but they don't want the black citizens or Hispanic citizens to explore their power. They want you to stay right there, manipulated, controlled by them. And that's not what we're about in the Family Cash Machine. Again, we talk about generational wealth. I am in the Family Cash Machine, as you guys know, which is a platform we created to teach you guys about cryptocurrency, which I think is one of the greatest currencies ever existed because it's about the people. The people created that currency. The people control that currency, not a government, not a bank. The people also share in the value of that currency. I mean, don't let them tell you that's bad. Why is that bad? It's only bad because it breaks and disrupts the cycle that they created of control, to control the flow of currency, to create the value and control the value. That's why it's bad for them. So they're going to use the media, they're going to use everything they can to keep you guys thinking that's bad. But if you know you have an enemy, then what's bad for your enemy is good for you. So again, we teach you guys about the cryptocurrency. We teach you guys about money all around the world, different forms of money. And not only do we teach you money? We teach you guys how to thrive and how you can actually expand your wealth in one of the greatest exchanges of wealth periods ever in the history of the world, which is going on right now. Economies are crashing, but opportunities are arising. But you have to have knowledge to know how to leverage yourself. And there are people who bet against the mortgage industry back in 2006, 7. They lost a lot of money for a year, or maybe a year and a half. But once the economy crashed, these people made billions of dollars because they bet against the economy. So, what I'm saying to you guys is wealth is never destroyed. It only transfers hands. So, if we're living in a period where wealth is being destroyed from some people, it's being created for other people. So the Family Cash Machine is about teaching you guys how to position yourself for this great exchange of wealth. So no matter what happens in the economies around the world, because these fiat currencies are crashing, you guys can make a sugar honey iced tea bunch of money. You know what I'm saying? So with that, I'm not gonna talk too much longer. Again, like I said, it's very, very interesting to travel, see the world. Don't listen to the media about what they say about stuff, and because they're manipulating you guys. You know, it's no different than China or North Korea. They're manipulating you guys, and they're manipulating information to make you guys do what they want you to do. So again, I've been here, I have no problems. People love me, I have great relationships out here. I'm building more relationships. I see a huge amount of business opportunities I'm not going to talk about right now here on the internet. I'm just going to do it. But we're going to be teaching you guys how to set up foreign corporations. We're going to be teaching you guys trust funds. We're going to be teaching you guys, you know, about the cryptocurrency, about money, about global economies. You're going to learn all of that information. And the more information you learn, the more you can use that information to leverage that information to create generational wealth for your family. I'm not talking about $1 million. I'm not talking about $5 million. I'm talking about you guys creating a huge flow of income, multiple streams of income, just by knowing what's going on and position yourselves in great positions to extract as the economies around the world are falling. So with that, you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and sign out. This is Eric Vaughn, the Family Cash Machine, and I'm gonna go ahead and buy my huevos now. Okay? Peace.